I'm Jovan Todorovic. I'm a Serbian-American filmmaker based between New York, Serbia, and Japan.
One day, a little while back, there was breaking news, yes. A new soul was about to enter this world.
The music video for Rosie Lowe's track Birdsong is about loving and longing, definitely. In my mind, it's about the motherly love between planet Earth and its children and humanity.
It's in the morning that I need your love.
In the first part of the video, we see the miners getting ready for work and Rosie around them being a kind of nurturing character. Later in the video, we see miners digging and working underground. Humanity wants to dig, to destroy, to dissect its own origin in order to own it, to rule it, to subordinate it, and to exemplify its dominance. And there's an Oedipus complex symbolism in this. Only here, the mother is the planet Earth, and the symbolism extends to put into a relationship with humanity and its own origin. The idea is finally manifested in the end scene in which the miners are holding newborn babies while Rosie Lowe is covered in growing grass and slowly being absorbed back into its body, the planet itself. The music video for Hard Liquor by Son is one that immediately reminds me of the idea of circles. I love circles, circular structures, and anything related to the idea of ending where one began. From the hero's journey to the visual of a circle itself, I go back to circles in every film I make. At the time, I was going through a divorce and was literally going in circles, longing for the love I lost and consciously trying to break away. Going through the pain of loss, it was a journey that often felt like I was in a never-ending loop and not being able to move on. So this video came at the right time for me to kind of reflect on this idea of trying to get out of this never-ending loop of emotions. The Paul Kalkbrenner music video for Schwer, it's kind of loosely based on the idea of the game of life. I come from a computer background, and the game of life is a concept where through a simple algorithm you have a great complexity which evolves out of it. The video commences with these empty spaces and akin to a zero-sum game, because the game of life is a zero-sum game where out of nothing everything is created. This kind of helps us and hopefully inspires us to look and question at today's day and age what is real and what is not, and what really defines reality. This video feels very artificial. It's not. All of the characters were filmed using a 4D volumetric capture technique, which means none of them are 3D animated or rigged. They're all real people who were shot with many cameras, and so we basically capture them in a way that allows us to have 3D data of all of them, but all of their performances and movements are real. So again, the way we made this video is very analog in a way, but still with a purpose to create something artificial, and thus the production of the video itself questions the nature of reality itself.
It's a wonderful time. They discovered they're the makers of a future lifeline. It's a wonderful time.
The music video for Wonderful Time, ZNTNDR, is one of the two maybe most important music videos for me because they were made for my own band and for my own music project. Initially, it was inspired by a photograph of a funeral from the work of my favorite photographer, Joseph Kudelka, which he did within the Roma communities across Europe. The song is pretty sad, but it's entitled Wonderful Time, and the video portrays a young boy who should be sad at his father's funeral, but is instead thinking only about the girl that he likes. Perhaps he unconsciously finds a way to deal with his father's death, but for me it's more about the unsurpassing urge of a growing young man in his early teens to fall in love. The best ideas you're able to say in one sentence. I'm like, oh great, we're gonna make a big suitcase, we're gonna put him in. The suitcase is going to be a metaphor of their abusive, sadomasochistic relationship. She's going to carry him around and she's going to bang and destroy that suitcase, and at the end of the video throw it in the water.
Barefoot in the street.
We made a pipe construction, but these were existing elements screwed together. Basically, it was one light from the outside, and the suitcase was rocking, so the light would come in whenever the suitcase would turn this way, so the light was kind of coming in and out, and then him tumbling around in there.
Så stille du sitter, stoler du på meg nå. Når du rolig, vet du at jeg ser på.
I wanted to make a video that plays with this idea of the song and emotion having physical presence. How so many different people can share and identify with one song and emotion. The singer-songwriter is the vessel that allows for that invisible connection amongst us all to be created. And that's why the idea of the circle comes back in, of them being in a circle, the music being something that they all share, each one of them reflecting upon the music in their own way, but still at the end of the video, them coming together and holding hands, thus kind of uniting all of their different experiences of the track together into one shared moment. The second music video for ZNTNDR, Untitled Us, is definitely more on the storytelling side of all of my music videos. I spent a lot of time in Tokyo in the last decade on an artist visa and really found a connection with the country and its culture.
Whatever I have been in my past for you, for me.
In Untitled Us, I continued to develop a very personal narrative style in which I build a specific emotional balance between performance, characters, and each frame as a painting. Again, this video speaks to the themes of death and rebirth that occupy me often.
Time and time, you died away, and I.
Well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed my answers and getting some insight into the background and the process of working on some of my projects. I'm aware it hasn't been so much focused on the filmmaking process as much as on the process of coming up with the ideas and the intentions, context, and emotions behind some of my projects. But I feel, the filmmaking part of the process is something one can learn quickly, and other people's experiences on the deeper meaningfulness of the work they present may be more valuable. At least I hope so. Thank you for your attention. Bye.
You give me all that I need.